Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Satish, and I am presenting on the behalf of Team 15 for the Ritual Decent One of Design Thinking September 2024 term. So, I would like to first of all thank the team members from Team 16 to give their valuable time and listening to this presentation. So, without wasting any further time, I will start the presentation. First of all, our problem statement is about we are developing a learning management system. So, we will look into it one by one, like what are the project concept and what are the problem statement that we are facing. So, project overview talking about this, our project basically focuses on learning management system that will integrate academic and administrative functionality to improve the efficiency of the educational sector. So our problem statement is basically in the current educational pattern or education scenario, in mostly in the rural areas, they mostly handle all the things. Like there are multiple positions that we will see into the next slide. So they manages their work basically using an offline method. They don't use some kinds of tool or the online applications that are present for the vast users. So our goal is to provide them a centralized system that can help each of the user personas that we have created that we will see into the next slides. So for building any application or any project idea, the target users are very important for understanding their needs, their motivations, and the pain points. So based on that, we have identified the most four important target users for our application that will highly impact the whole centralized systems. So our first persona will be of a principal. That is, for the user persona, we have taken a random name, Priya Singh. So for the Priya Singh, she is a principal of a school, and since she is a principal, she have to manage a lot of things in their school, or if she is a principal of a college, she have to manage a lot of things. So she wants a centralized platform for the staff, for the students, for the academic operations, and these things. So if we will be able to provide these things to Miss Priya Singh, we will be able to help her. Her motivation is regarding ensuring a smooth administration, promoting the transparency, accountability, and all the stuffs that is being delayed due to some kind of unofficial offline works. So whenever you are putting these things into an online method, the things will go smoothly, and we will she will be able to give and receive updates in the real time. Her pain points are time consuming manual process. For example, if she wants to uh, issue any notice, so first of all she will have to call her assistant, then assistant will pass on to the next junior, and there are various hierarchy that she will have to follow, and this will definitely lose a lot of times and will take a lot of times. So through our centralized system we will be able to provide the real time notification through the principal to the end to end users only. Our second persona is a teacher, who is Rahul Verma. His needs is for the tools for the class and the schedule assignments and attendance. Of course, student communication is also important for a teacher, because it is not very easy if you are not having some kind of online communication between the students and the teacher. So through our application, we will be able to provide a direct communication between the teachers, so that the time can also be saved and the workload that the teacher is having can also be reduced. The motivation is for the teacher is to improve the student engagement, don't have to follow a long queue to reach out to the students. And the pain points that the teacher is currently follow is the inefficient query resolution, because for example, if a student is having the query today, but he is not being connected online to the teacher, so the query can be resolved only when the teacher meets the student offline. So in that scenario, this problem can be solved using the online streamline systems. The third point is the persona we have built for the student. The student have the needs for the access to materials, assignments, and the lectures. Her motivation is for Ananya is to stay informed about the progress she is having, the learning enhancement she wants to know, and the most importantly, the feedback she is having, because the feedback is an important part for a student to grow in their career. So by this centralized system, we can overcome this problem. Her pain points are difficulty in getting the resources. For example, if a student is not being present on a certain day and some manuals are being distributed to the students, so for her to get that manual, she can get that manual only if she collects it from the school. But if we have some kind of online communication, she can get the manual directly through her online centralized system. The fourth and the last user persona we have created is for the non-teaching staff, that is a clerk in our case, Akriti Kumari. So she needs a task login system, seamless communication between the admin, because if again, like where we have started, for the principal, she will have to follow the hierarchy. For the clerk also, she also have to follow the hierarchy. So for uh, completely vanishing this hierarchy, if the clerk wants something from the principal, she can directly communicate to her and get her work done without the address of being delayed. And the pain points are task miscommunication. For example, she says one thing and the other person will not be able to understand what she already wants. So she can get misleaded and the work can get in the wrong direction, right? So if she have a direct communication with the concerned person, the work can be done more efficiently. So these are the pain points, needs, and the motivations for the target users and the user personas that we have created. The next point is the design thinking approach that we want to emphasize in this. So the first point is emphasizing phase. Like we have seen in the earlier slide that we have understood the user needs. The definition of the core problems is also more important. Like what is the root cause of this problem? Understanding this problem will be able to solve the problems in a more efficient way. The third point will be brainstorm of innovative solutions. What are the possible solutions that we can think of to solve those particular solution to that particular user personas? The fourth design thinking approach that we can discuss is to develop a mock-up and the wireframes before building the actual application. That will be called a prototype. And the final phase of this design thinking approach will be to test the application with a user feedback so that we can there is a room for always improvement, so we can also improve like what we have created. In the next slide, we have some questions like how might we. So these are some of the questions that we have created from our side only. So the first question that arose in our team mind was how might we ensure accurate attendance tracking. The next question can be how might we streamline assignment submissions. The third point will be how might we enhance teacher student communication like we have seen in the user personas also. And the fourth and the most important question is how might we simplify progress tracking. That is the most important point in our view. The next proposed solution for the problems that we have discussed and the basic user personas will be in the LMS platform, the learning management system. There can be automated attendance tracking. This will definitely reduce the work of the teacher or the person who is taking the attendance. The next thing can be centralized attendance management, where all the assignments can be submitted at a single place, and we can have some statistical calculations on that also. The real-time communication tool can be introduced to avoid the miscommunication or the delays. The next thing can be the performance tracking dashboard for the students. If a student is definitely needs to be special treatment or needs special advice, we can get the ideas and get the outcomes for that from the performance tracking dashboards. And the last thing that we can think upon was the task management for the non-teaching staff. Like we have seen in the case of Akriti ma'am, she was a clerk. So these are the basic proposed solution that our team have proposed. Going through this, we have some brainstorming also while you are developing a project. So the next points, the key features that we can also introduce is to automated reminders and the notification we can send. We can also have some kind of real-time dashboard. For example, integrating the Power BI can help in this situation if we are talking about the technical aspect. The chat and the query resolution system can also be introduced. Offline access to class material is being distributed, but this can be linked to the online systems. Like for example, the PDF is being circulated previously to the student, but the hard copy can also be given. And the role-based access control, of course, for the different users, the different access will be given so that the security purpose and the security management will also be maintained in the centralized system. And after all these things, we can have a visual representation of the app. We can create the prototype, like we have already discussed in the design thinking approach, for the user interfaces, showing the key functionalities and the functionalities we can, so that we can get the user experience and the user feedback based on that, and can also improve what can be done. So, in conclusion, our aim was to revolutionize the educational management process, especially for the rural areas where we don't have the access for the various advanced tools that we are using in this 21st century. So whenever we will be using this online centralized system, the work will be done in a more efficient way and the time can be saved. So again, thank you, team 16, for listening to patiently to this slide. Now I'm all ears for the dissents. So please share what you think about this, and I'm all ears to listen to your dissents. So yeah, thank you.
But how can you add? How can you assign assignments and tasks to the uh, uh, nursery classes students, like the small children, like class 1 to 5? Then you have to communicate with the parents now. How can they will accept your application or not?
So for, I want to add on, basically for attendance tracking, you could implement a simple QR code or a pin system for students to basically scan when they enter or when they arrive. So this avoids complex automation, but still it provides a efficient tracking solution for attendance.
Regarding the assignments, so instead of building like full assignment submission system of you personally, you can just use a Google Drive and just link to your project. It will be better or it will be easier for you guys.
And as Ullas told about the attendance system, or maybe you can add a RFID kind of system to implement auto attendance that will decrease the load on teachers on manual attendances. Or one thing I would like to add, you can set a basic forum instead of a real-time chat, more like a question answering Q&A system. I think that will help students very good.
As you are targeting non-teaching staff work also, so they include all types of work papers, okay, like clerk, higher post papers. So there is an also language barrier.
So, hello everyone. Myself Prem Kumar, and thank you for being here. I'm start with the ritual descent for the design thinking project, and I am presenting here on behalf of my team 15. And here we are going to develop the learning management system. And let's start with the ritual descent. So, I'm going to start with the presentation. What we have a plan for the development of this app. So yeah, here we are presenting the EduBridge, which is the name of our software, learning management software. And let's start with the project overview. What are the aims of our project? So we are generally focused on the developing a learning management system that integrates academic and the administrative functionalities to improve the efficiency for the schools and the colleges as well. What are the problem statement right now we have? So most of the educational institutions face challenges in managing attendance. There are lots of communication gap between the staffs and the principals and students and the teachers as well. They can also have problems in assignment tracking. So current system often lack integration, leading to the inefficiency. So we have some target users here. So the first one is admin panel, which is basically going with the principal. They are the manager. So they will going to manage the staffs and oversees all the operations related to the staffs, teachers, and the students. Notice, announcement. What are the stuffs a principal can manage in the school? The second one is teacher, which are going to manage the classes, assignments, and the communications. They can communicate with the students for the different classes and different groups. The third target users we have is the students, which is basically use this app to track the progress of their reports, their classes. They can submit the assignments on the portal and attend the live classes as well that are going to conducted by the teachers, subject teachers. And the fourth one, the target user is the non-teaching staffs, which is we can call as a clerk as well. So they have the task basically used for the log task. They can communicate with the admins like principals, teachers, even with the students as well. So we have these are the target users: Priya Singh as a principal, Rahul Verma as a teacher, Ananya Kumari as a student, and Akriti Kumari as the administrative clerk. These are some user persona we have. So target users have some motivations, needs, and they have also pain points for the different users purposes. So let's start with the principal, Ms. Priya Singh. So she has needs for the centralized platform for the staffs, students, and the academic operations. They have efficient attendance and the leave tracking systems, real-time updates on the performance as well. She has some motivations to ensure smooth administrative and promote the transparency and accountability, enhance institutional outcomes as well. What are the pain points she must have is time consuming manual process, difficulty in the real time monitoring. They have a limited communications tools like WhatsApp and something else. So they have not the arrange things. So move on to the next target user. We have a Rahul Verma, which is a teacher, who is a teacher. So his need is to tools to class schedule, like they can schedule the class assignment records. They can also manage. He can also manage the attendance for the students, streamline the students. They can communicate with the students on the portal. They have function to track the performance of the students on their dashboard. Some of the motivations they have to improve the students of engagement, simplify the management task, and enhance teachers students interactions as well. He have some pain points. Cumbersome attendance tracking systems, scattered submission records, and inefficient query resolutions, which are mainly asked by the students. Move on to the next target user. We have Ananya Kumari, and she is a student. So she have some needs. She got the access to the materials, assignments, and the lectures on the directly on the portals. Uh, she will get the tools for the tracking attendance and the exams results as well on time. And she can also use this for the purpose of communication between the teachers and her. Some of the motivations she have, they will get stay informed on the progress of their results, their attendance systems, and the other things. She can enhance the learning with the feedbacks, leverage the digital tools for the convenience as well. She must have some pain points. So difficulty they must face to accessing the centralized resources, lack of real-time performance, updates, limited teachers interactions for the doubt. She must go to the schools, then she will going to interact with the teachers. So our platform will definitely help it. The last target user we have is named Akriti Kumari. She's an administrative clerk, and she needs their needs is like task logging systems for the teachers and the staffs, seamless communication between the admins like principals and the teachers. She must have like attendance and the leave tracking tools as well. Some of the motivations she have like timely task complications, transparent communication between the staffs and the teachers and the principals as well, efficient work tracking, and move on to the pain points he faces is like the task miscommunications, manual attendance tracking, and limited task progress visibility. Move on to the next slide. We have some design thinking approach we have followed here, and the first one is empathize. So we understand the user needs, what are the needs they have, and then we'll put it into this project. The second one is define, which clarify the core problems which they are facing right now. Then we are going with the ideate, where we are brainstorm the innovative solutions, what we can go with it. After that, we are going with the prototype, develop some mockups and the wireframe. Right now, we are in the process for preparing the wireframe and developing the mockups and the prototypes. After developing with the mockups and the prototype, we are going to test it with the some user feedbacks as well. Uh, some of how might be questions we have right now, like what are the questions here we can think about it, like how might we ensure the accurate attendance tracking, how might we streamline the assignment submissions. So these are some questions we may ask like how might we enhance the teachers students communications, and how might we simplify the progress tracking. So one of the decent we have get in the ritual decent one from the team 16, like attendance with the QR code or pens. Like they have suggested that we can use the attendance via QR code or the pen for the staffs and the teachers, even as well as the students. Uh, Next, we have some proposed solutions. An all-in-one app for the learning management platform that includes some features here. So the first one is automated attendance tracking, centralized assignment management, real-time communication tools. The next one is performance tracking dashboard. And the last one is task management for the non-teaching staffs as well. Here we get the second ritual descent from the previous team. They have suggested that you can use the file submission via Google Drive integration. It will help you to integrate the very hard features, or it will may you face difficulties to cloud integrating the cloud platforms and the storage things. So you can go with the right now in the initial phase, you can go with the Google Drive integration in your portal. Some of the brainstorming ideas me and our teams are brainstorm here. And what are the key features we have identified right now is automate the reminders and the notifications for the staffs, teachers, even principals and the students as well. The real-time dashboard they will show for this all types of user here. Chat and query resolution system, even for the students, between the students and the teachers, between the staffs and the principal, between the staffs and the teachers as well, between the teachers and the principal as well. So these are some two-way communications on the portal with the help of chat queries. Some offline access to the class materials as well, like students can directly download the materials from the dashboard. And some role-based access control. Exactly, we have a role-based access control different for the different types of users like students, teachers, non-teaching staffs, and the principals, which is going to be the admin. So here, one of the ritual descent we have got from the previous team is to keep the app user-friendly and the simple. Exactly, because here some of the non-technical members as well, like students are very not familiar with the UIs, non-teaching staffs are not technically strong very. So yeah, we have to keep these points, and we'll work on it on this project as well. So let's here we conclude with the conclusion, and we aim to revolutionize the educational management process with the user-centered learning management systems. So yeah, that's it for the presentation, and thank you. We are open with the decent please. So would you like to give some feedbacks on our project?
Yeah, I would like to go. Is that for the kind of users that you have, one thing that what I thought was missing is the parents segment, especially when you have the attendance and all of that. So if so, if we could actually track how the attendance of the students are and what is lacking, and the same dashboard that you actually showcase as like how a particular section is working. If it's a school, you could actually showcase that to the principal. But at the same time, for a parent, how the class is performing in one particular subject. Let's say something like English. How are they doing it? Altogether. So let's just say my kid as in gets 80. I would like to know what is the median like. What is the class median for the subject that everybody has got. So was the paper really tough, or my kid is lagging behind and all of that? So some insights to the parents and having a parent access would actually be helpful, right? That's my.
Okay, so what I would like to say is that the app has like a lot of features, and usually it will make like a feature overload. So I mean the system attempt to include a wide range of features without prioritization, and this could lead to the complexity, and the users may get somewhat overwhelmed. So my suggestion would be like creating a like a phased implementation plan, maybe with starting with some essential features like attendance and assignment first, and then gradually introducing additional functionalities. And this is definitely based on the whatever the user feedback and usage data we get. And another thing is like maybe the most important thing probably is about the security and the privacy. So as we know that the absence of data security measures and authentication protocol and parental access as well would be very problematic most of the times. And given the sensitivity of the student data, a robust approach of privacy is very essential. So I would recommend implementing a secure authentication methods like two-factor authentication and encryption for sensitive data most of it, and a clear data privacy policy outlining parental consent and the data usage. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to raise a concern like language problems are mentioned there, but what about the students with disabilities? So the presentation, I think, does not address accessibility features. And what about users which has limited internet connectivity or without smartphone for QR code attendance? So I think these needs to be addressed.
Uh, okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the your uh, feedbacks, and it was really nice feedback. And we will going to implement and try to resolve it in the upcoming days in our projects. So thank you for your time. Thank you for being here.